And we're live. We're live on the next broadcast. It's going to be great. We got brainwaves. You can see them right up there. Um, oh, did I forgot to mention? Today happens to be the 10th day of Christmas. And those of you who have been following my broadcast, you'll know that there are 12 days of Christmas. Today being the 10th one of them. Don't take my word for it. You can just count them up yourself. Starting from December 25, you got that's the first day, and then you got 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 1, 2, 3. That's 10. Today's the third, right? So that's obviously it's got to be. There's no other way to calculate that except it happens to be the 10th day of Christmas today. And we got brainwaves for you. We got a game right over here. You can see it. That's Adolf. Who is that? It's not. It's yeah. It's Adolf Anderson. Wow. We're going to do another game by Adolf Anderson. Um, and it's against Lionel Kieseritsky. That's hard to pronounce. Kieseritsky, right? Lionel Kieseritsky. And it was played in London in 1851, and it happens to be one of the most famous King's Gambits ever played. Those of you who follow my channel, you know that all during the Christmas broadcast, we've been basically focusing on the King's Gambit and on the karo-kahn defense. And this one here is the King's Gambit. And it's one of the most famous King's Gambit. In fact, it's called the Immortal Game. If you've ever heard of that, if you've ever heard of that before, hold on a second. I gotta get this back up online there. There's my brainwaves. If you've ever heard of the Immortal Game, well, you're gonna see it right now. That's the Immortal Game. So, okay, alpha is up there, beta, alpha, beta, gamma. They're right up there. You can see them all. They are not gonna go away. They're right there where you can take a good look at them, and it's gonna be good. It's going to be really good. Okay, they're definitely there. They're up there. So let's, without any more ado, oh, my cameraman's telling me something. What? Oh, okay. He says there's a little bit of glare off the glass. I'll just take them off. A little bit of glare from the lights and everything, but I guess I don't need them. I can go ahead and play without them. So let's go and do this, shall we? This could be fun. Um, Plus, you can watch the brainwaves, as I'm doing it. If I get insights, you'll see basically the delta going like way, way up high. And maybe I'll get some insights on this game. So let's start clicking through it, shall we? That was the first move played by Adolf Anderson, 1851 in London, against his opponent, who was Lionel Kieseritsky. Kieseritsky. Um, Kieseritsky played that King Pong opening, and now suddenly there you there you have it. Um, Wait a second. Okay, that's just nothing. That's just like a look at a little reminder there. So let's go ahead and keep clicking through these. Here we go. It's the King's Gambit accepted. This is a very sharp move. A lot of people don't like to make that move because they think, well, it exposes them to this check, and then the king will have to move over. And black does do that, and the king moves over. But you'll see down here that actually white's not doing too bad at all on the stockfish. In fact, with that check and the king moving over, he actually got a little bit closer back to being zero after he gave the pawn away. And this is a move that you see quite often in the King's Gambit because it's a developing move. Basically, black has got to get some development, and it helps a bishop to come out quickly, and he's not going to really need that pawn in the near future anyway. So after white takes the pawn, black gets another development there. White gets a development plus an attack on the queen, so the queen has to move back. And the pawn comes up, and then Kisaritsky moves his knight over there. Um, and then suddenly after that, look what happens. White also kind of like follows suit, moves his knight over. And Kisaritsky's maneuvering the queen there a little bit. The knight comes up into a more forward position. It's a pawn thrust. Now you might think, well, they're making big mistakes and everything. They're not making like huge mistakes either way. Nobody has been more than a pawn ahead or behind so far. The count here is pretty close to being even. It's kind of an up and down opening. It's not completely flat, but it's nothing major, nothing with major mistakes. But there's the first major mistake. Um, if you watch the brown line here, when Kisaritsky takes the pawn, suddenly white has the advantage because now he can drive the queen back into a pretty vulnerable position. Brings the pawn up one more. The queen has got nowhere to go, and now look how vulnerable the queen is when the bishop comes out here and takes this pawn. The queen basically has nowhere to go. So he's got to retreat his knight to give his queen some sort of retreat. Brings the queen back, and now Anderson brings out a knight, and then another mistaken move. Really, let me move it back. We see where it was. He's got to develop and everything. Maybe he would like to castle kingside, so he gets his bishop out, and he thinks, well, attack against this rook. Hey, you're learning chess. Hi. Yeah, nice to see you there. We're playing a classic game called the Immortal Game, played by Adolf Anderson against Kisaritsky in London in 1851. So it's a King's Gambit, and we'll play a King's Gambit after this. So if you want to just watch along, it'd be cool. So let's go ahead and continue. So the thing is, I'm going to move the knight back so you can see what Stockfish is saying. Should just come up here, put the question to the bishop, and then he could always reserve the knight to come next time. But Adolf Anderson is feeling kind of cocky here. He figures, well, I'll just move the knight up. If you want to take the rook, take it. But he's also attacking the queen, and then he's threatening to come over here too, forking the king and rook. So, and the queen, wins a pawn down there. That was a big mistake right there. Look at that. Went way, 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 way down. Big blunder. The queen should have come down here and taken and he took it's like kind of strange these really terrible blunders that you see. But this is the Immortal Game. Yeah, clicking through a little bit more. And there you have it with the knight and then the queen. Then the knight and then there's checkmate. So that was a kind of an interesting instructional game. The ending I thought was kind of weak by both players. They were both blundering a lot. But the opening, let's just click through the opening really quick. So there you see like a classic king spawn opening, bringing the bishop out. Yeah, very nice. It was an interesting game. And this is a very nice opening. It's a very sharp opening when the bishop comes out because then the queen comes out, the king goes over, and I've noticed if you're playing anybody up to, I don't know, 1,800, 900 or something, they're going to think they have this like huge advantage by bringing the queen out, and they really don't. So you get like a little psychological boost when they come out and get that check, and then find out they just had to retreat the queen, and the king sits there pretty safe. So that was an instructional game. I hope you liked it. And merry 10th day of Christmas. Today is the 10th day. It all started on December 25th, and it's going to keep going for a few more days, 2 more days. So without any more ado, okay, we always go through the routine. We played our classic game. I guess it's time now on the schedule to play a game on Lichess. And I'm gonna go over here and just create a game. I'm gonna play a game casual because I get a lot of chatters and they're constantly giving me tips and stuff. So I think it's a lot better I play just casual. And if we get a white, we're gonna play King's Gambit, so we can kind of like follow through on some of the things that we just saw. We'll see if he cooperates. He didn't exactly cooperate, but I'm gonna make the King's Gambit move anyway. Yeah, I'm a kind of a scientist actually. I'm surprised that you knew that. Like, I guess maybe it's because of my scientific terminology and also because I have my brain waves exposed to everyone. Um, I'm actually not studying the brainwaves, though. I'm not a brainwave scientist. Okay, I'm going to force the queen out because before I get anything too fancy here, I like to get a check on the queen. Now it looks a little bit safer to bring the bishop out to get this pin. But you can be the scientist. Watch the patterns as I play. Watch those brainwaves are in real time and you can get an idea for how they are responding. Oh, look at the delta, how high it was. The delta goes up high. Um, okay, now I gotta do this right. I'm gonna do a slightly tricky move here. I know this looks kind of dumb. No, it is dumb. That would be too dumb. I'm gonna just keep going for development, and I don't want to bring the pawn up there, obviously, but I want to get this bishop out before I do anything else. I would prefer not to bring the bishop up into here. It's going to block my queen or my rook on this file, so I'm going to keep it close to home just to clear it off the back rank. Now you see, I'm not really. Ooh, he went over there, queenside. So now it would be really good when they do that. You just check, 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 check. If you can get some sort of a cool attack going. Um, I don't care if I do a queen trade. A lot of people don't like those, but I see possibly some advantages to this. So he did do the queen trade. I think I'm not going to use this file at all. I think I'm going to advance more up the queen side, so I took with that one. Now I got a chance. I think that's my stronger play. Oh no, I just lost a piece. I really, really, really flubbed it. Okay, but we'll just keep playing. Um, a lot of people would resign at this point because I really screwed that up. Um, I was thinking get the check in before, but then I got greedy and I should have just done the obvious trade. Okay, and now, wow, this is bad. Um, Screwing up big time, but I'm getting great brainwave data. Um, I would prefer not trading down pieces when I'm this far down. I'm just going to see. I mean, maybe it would just be in my best interest to resign right now, but I'm going to play this out and see. I made a big mistake, but your opponent can do the same thing. Every once in a while, your opponent will. That rook was being attacked. No, I'm going to resign. This is just completely. I congratulate that player oh, look at the brainwaves, how they all came together, they synchronized, and the reason they did that is when I lose, you know suddenly I relax, like my brain rate. Oh well, yeah, it was a good game. I guess it was good in the sense that I didn't get too frustrated when I lost. But let's. I'm gonna play another one. Hope to get my reputation back because that was a little bit of a poor showing, but I will. The best showing is to say that we're sportsmanlike and we complimented the other player. So I think that's one of the main things is playing well. Oh, and the brainwaves don't lie. If I got really frustrated or upset when I lost or extremely disappointed, that would show up in the brainwaves. But I didn't. I took it with equanimity. So okay, we're gonna keep. So I call this the King's Gambit, and always when they move that out there, it's always good to take because then you open this up to develop this bishop kind of fast, and it's kind of good to do that. And you got to move this pawn up. If you don't move that pawn up, he gets a nasty check here with his queen after you castle. And now I don't have much choice. I mean, I could take here or I could bring it back. And I'm going to play kind of like a slower game here. And I can already castle. Now everything's safe. Now, when he does that, you're playing a fast game. I kind of think the best thing to do is advance that pawn because then you can develop this bishop out of there. And I'm going to do that. And we'll see what happens. So far, I think I will. Yeah, the yellow line. It's good. Yeah, that's you're talking about the orange one. That's the gamma. Yeah, you gotta. The gamma is one of the most. I call it the subtlest line. It's hard to detect exactly, what it's doing and why it's doing it, but I know it's one of the most important ones too. So you're doing the right thing. It's cool just to kind of zone out watching those brain waves. I do that too when I'm not playing chess. I just put the EEG monitor on and I sit here, um, just like observing, watching myself, zoning out on the brain waves and all. It's it's one of the best things to do, and it's like a lot of my viewers do the same thing. So, I don't know why he moved his queen back there, but I think he's just eyeing up this pawn, so I protected it with the. This is kind of like a waiting game. This is an interesting game where nothing's happening really fast for either side. I'm going to try to get a king side attack coming out here. I think that doesn't look really strong to me because I trade the knight, and I don't think this pawn's going to help him at all. Okay, now's my moment. I got to do something really smart right now. Um, Everything here looks kind of strong. I'm just going to bring the queen out here and see. The one thing that pawn is helping him though, it's preventing my rook lift. I would love to do the rook lift right now, but I can't because of that pawn. So actually, that pawn did help. If he takes my knight and I retake here, I can do the rook lift up here. Except then I can't go over there. I'd have to come over here and then here. It would be, I don't know, but I could bring the rook over here and maybe get something on this file. No, that's an interesting move. I'm going to bring the queen all the way down there because I'll have a strong attack on this pawn if I can get a rook over there. Am I going to be able to get a rook over there? I'm just going to move this up as a waiting move. Yeah, the brain waves don't lie. Sometimes my unconscious brain see stuff that my conscious brain doesn't, and that might be why it went way down. We'll look on the what do they call it, the postmortem, and see maybe it went way down after GH5 because that was a mistake. It's possible. He's really chasing my queen all over the place here. I think I'm going to bring my. It's kind of hard to get anything going over here. I'm just going to bring my queen back into a center position because I might do something on the queen side now because that was kind of like a failed attack over there. I can still retry it. I'm going to retry maybe with a rook. I get that rook lift in finally. Bring a rook over here and then maybe back to here. I can shore up this pawn once again with the bishop. How can his bishop attack this pawn? Oh, well, that gives me some possibilities, doesn't it? Should I just open up these pawns completely? No, because that would bring that rook into the action. I'm going to bring this rook over and then see what happens. I might be able to bring a queen up into here attacking this pawn and get something going there. I'm going to try it. If he wants to take that pawn, I'm going to let him. I'm going to see if possibly I can get something going here. If I can't do it, I always say I should have. I haven't even been paying a lot of attention to the brainwaves right now because it got into a kind of a mm, stressful situation there in the game. I wasn't really paying attention to them. Yeah. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, I should get the chess. I could do that. I haven't thought about overlaying anything on the graph like you're talking about, but that would be a good idea. Now he can try some stuff now. If you protect, I'm gonna do this. You see, because as far as I can see, this is sort of like protected. He can win this pawn with his rook, but it might be a little bit late for him if he does. I'm gonna come up here now. He was threatening my rook with his queen, and if I come up into here, it's gonna be that was great. Oh yeah, we got the checkmate. Oh, and my unfortunately that happens sometimes. My software was flatlining. Like it's a pretty good software and everything, but sometimes it gets overloaded and flatlines while it's regrouping. And it flatlined right when I got the checkmate, so I didn't really see the brainwave activity. But we'll play another one, and we might get a challenge. If any of the viewers want to put a challenge in on Lee Chess, if you know how to do that, I can play a viewer. Otherwise, I'll just go over and try another game just on Lee Chess and see. Maybe we'll get some better brainwave data this time. It's going to be pretty good. Um, Gonna go back up over here. Oh, let's do the postmortem, shall we? Because remember you said that it was after the pawn to g5 that I want to check that out. Um, I want to see that pawn to g5 move and see if that brainwave activity that you pointed out, if that actually was correlated, like I was talking about in the unconscious mind, if I made some mistake. Um, let's click through it really quick. This was it wasn't that great of a game. You can see that there were a lot of mistakes being made by both sides, but it happens, But it was kind of even for a long time, and then I suddenly got some big advantages at the end, and that's completely possible. You play an edgy game, and maybe you're going down a little bit, but if it's edgy, you're just kind of like waiting for your advantage. And when it happens, you take advantage of it. And I mean, that's one way to play and keep getting points. Right now, you can see on the graph, you can see the line as it advances, the brown line. And it's basically 0-0 right now on this opening. Um, and there we go. I kept trying to get an attack on the king side, and it was hard. Um, Actually, that was a good one. I was saying during the game that I didn't think that that looked like a strong move for him to offer that trade, and it wasn't because I came from a deep down gray area up to a good area, and now you can see the game is not bad. Nobody's getting like a huge advantage or anything. I'm just maneuvering my queen around. You can see how that is. Now let's look at this pawn to g5, like you said. Um, and keep moving along here. And I'm only up ahead, and then it's suddenly mate in one. It was suddenly mate in one like that. So that was all right. I enjoyed that game. Let me see if I have any challenges. No, no challenges. So without any more challenges, I guess I'll play a game. Just jump out here, and if we get black, we're gonna play a karo-kahn. I want to get some data, brainwave data, on the karo-kahn, and that'll be wonderful if we can get some get some data playing black as a karo-kahn. And plus, it's supposed to be an educational channel, an instructional channel for people learning chess, so you can learn how to play the karo-kahn. Hopefully he'll play pawn to king 4. If he doesn't, I'm going to try to do a modified karo-kahn and see how that works out. And it's kind of interesting. You can see here in the lead chess that I'm streaming. Some people, they don't want to play against a streamer, so they see that and they just say, well, I don't want to stream right now. So lead chess does tell you when you're streaming because um, I'm a streamer on lead chess too. Sometimes people see me on lead chess and then click in to see the games on Twitch. So yeah, it says right there. Okay, look at that. Yes, 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 yes. So we can do the karo-kahn. The karo-kahn is there. So we're playing the karo-kahn. You can see my alpha went way up. It was flatlining for a little bit. And we didn't really know what was happening, but this was a move I learned just recently to bring the bishop out. And I got to give him a retreat square now because otherwise, if he advances that pawn, the bishop has got nowhere to go. So I think the best thing is to just I'll make him advance. If he wants to advance, he can advance, and then I'll bring the bishop back. So he advanced on the other side. This is weird. Let me calculate this. So if I take there, he cannot take there. He's got to take here. Then I can advance this pawn up. I think it looks good. I think I'm going to try this. I'm going to really blow this king side right apart. But because I've got a rook developed over there, I got my white bishop here protecting against checks on the white diagonal. I think that it's going to be strong enough for me to just blow the king side wide open. Okay, so that was good. That was a good response. I'm going to have to. Okay, I'm going to do this because it looks like I'm still attacking on these black squares. It'll give me like a little bit of a psychological advantage. No, if he wants to bring this pawn up and drive me back, he can, but that will be not a good developing move for him. So I just moved it up there because then he can't develop his knight out to here, and it kind of blocks his bishop. So that was a kind of like just like a psychological thing of force and error. And next I'm going to develop, I'm going to block, I'm just going to pin this knight really quickly and then castle queenside. And I should be kind of, let me see. It looks like everything is basically okay over here. I just made like a last minute check before I did that to make sure that I couldn't, he didn't have any weird attacks on me or something. That was the one thing that I saw that he could do, but the knight should play a nice defensive thing over here too. Kind of hems me in a little bit there, but I think I can. I'm going to bring this knight out. Well, I could attack this pawn by bringing this here. I think that's my best move. So I'm just going to bring him here already and see what happens if I can just attack this pawn. And he defended the pawn with that. I'm going to do that and just see if I can. If he takes me with that pawn, I'll retake with the bishop. If he takes with that, I get the doubled pawns there, but I wanted to just open this up a little bit more. If I come here and he takes me, I got the pin on his queen and his king, so I can safely bring the knight out there. Should I do that? Where does he go after that? This is weird. Um, this is a tough game for me. I'm just going to come up here because I see some attacking possibilities on this side. I can bring the knight up to here and then up to here. He can come over here with his queen, but let me see. I'm going to bring him up. Maybe he'll take it. What are we doing? Oh, and he took it. That was so wonderful. It's like another unforced error as far as I'm concerned. The knight was really hemmed in there. Was able to get that knight out of there. That was wonderful. Okay, so I just got to keep moving kind of fast. I'm already a little bit down in terms of time, but this should help me. You know, before I did that, I looked over here to make sure he couldn't infiltrate or do anything really strong in there. This at least keeps his knight from coming out to here. And is there anything I can do? I'm gonna have to get these rooks developed on this diagonal. Can that knight go anywhere? Well, he can come up into here, can he? I don't know. It looks like his pawn is going to come down and queen, but hopefully not. I've got to get these rooks doubled somehow. He can bring that pawn over, but maybe I can win that pawn. I got to get my queen back. I got to get my queen over there because it's going to be in big trouble. I got to bring my queen here. And then I got to get more pieces over there. Now that was interesting. How can he protect that now? He would have to trade a queen for two rooks because I think I can take that pawn next move. And I will. I will take him because it gives me a big relief that I thought that pawn was going to make a queen, but it didn't. Now it looks almost even. I got to bring my queen and rook over, get them synchronized over there. Doesn't look like he has any strong attacks right now on the king side. So I'm going to bring my queen over, protecting my rook. Now I could bring a king. Right now the king is not exposed to any checks. I don't know. I'm just going to play the clock here a little bit. It doesn't look like he knew what he was going to do. Yeah, I'm going to bring. So it was a minute and 32 against a minute 55. I'm just going to kind of like play the clock here a little bit. I don't know what else I can do. I don't see any attack or anything. I might just keep shuffling my king around over there. Wind the, maybe attack his queen. Maybe win just one pawn. You know, before I did that, I make sure his queen can't come down in here, and it can't. So then I can bring, I mean, after I won the pawn, I can bring the rook back over there. And now he's going to get this pawn over here if I'm not careful. Better to defend with the rook, I think. I got better things to do with my queen. And now the clocks are basically just even. Oh, look at the brainwaves. I'm getting some really cool brainwave data here. I'm going to bring my king over a little bit closer because when I trade queens, I'm going to really need the king over there close. I'm gonna maybe lose the game here because on time was not too kosher what I just did. I can get maybe a repeated move or something. Now he's just checking me like crazy over there. I would be like really lucky to win this game now. Yeah, 25 seconds. The only thing I can do is hope to win something on the clock right now. He seems to be just trying to run the clock down. He seems to be doing that. I lost my. Look at that. No, I'm gonna resign. He's got 20 seconds and I got 11. That was not a good ending. It was a pretty good opening and everything, but the ending was horrible. Let's look at the analysis board. And that was pretty bad. Um, just didn't hit the groove, I guess you could say. I don't know. There, I had a chance right there. Can you believe that? I had a chance basically to win the game. Um, if I had just seen that, let me see what that was. Right, let me see where it was. Good game. Rosemary. Cool, Rosemary. Um, it was an all right game. Like I'm just checking with to see here on the graph. I could have won that game like right there. And I saw that like a second too late. I was thinking, why didn't I just come down here and put him in check? I would have won his queen, you see, because when I come here, suddenly, like, let me show you how that would be. If I brought the knight down there, I'm gonna click this so we can see what the moves are. Oh, you're the opponent? Oh, okay. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. You're the opponent? Okay, so you got a challenge out here? We're gonna challenge, right? So you're the challenger. Oh, you're this challenger. You're the one I just played. Yeah, there it is, Rosemary. Well, Rosemary, I gotta say that right there, I didn't see that, but I didn't see it. I wish I had. And I come down there, and then if you come here, then it's also like really, really bad because I got to checkmate down here. So you, there you played an extra game. You played an excellent game, Rosemary, because you can see you were like above and above and above. I had that one chance and I missed it. So I don't know. Hey, if you want to play another one, we can. Um, I don't know if you can see me on the graph. I'll click on the graph again, and if you want to play another one, you can. Or if you want to hang around and watch. So a lot of people just like to watch the brainwaves because this is the channel where you can see the brainwaves, and a lot of people don't want to play. They just want to watch, zone out, watching the brainwaves, looking for patterns and things. So I got myself out there on the graph now, and we'll see. Oh, it's Rosemary again. Okay, so I'm going to play a King's Gambit, and I'm going to give Rosemary a big advantage because I'm going to be talking what my strategy is. And Rosemary sees my stream and everything, so I don't know if she's tuned into Twitch to actually hear what I'm saying, but you can mute. Okay, yeah, mute. That's more fair, maybe. Yeah. So I'm going to play what I call the King's Gambit, and I'm going to really concentrate on this and see if I can actually maybe do a little bit better than in that last game. It's really fun to have be playing against a viewer and at the same time gonna just see what I can do here. If I come out there, it's kind of like an ineffectual, looks like a pin and everything, but maybe not. Let me try it and see. No, because that thing's there. I'm just gonna castle because I don't think that that's actually gonna work. Just gonna keep developing without jumping my pieces all over the place. Okay. Don't know what Rosemary's got in mind here, but another attack there. I'm just going to defend with that pawn and see what happens. See what else Rosemary has up her proverbial sleeve. Now I bring the knight out here, put some pressure over there on that side, and if he takes here, these pawns look kind of strong, and also I can bring the bishop up to here, maybe to good effect. And Rosemary did not oblige. I can actually attack that knight now, though, can't I? I think this doesn't look like a bad idea. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on the clock. I just did this move because I want to attack that knight. Now if I move this, the knight needs to go back. Then I can win that pawn. We'll see. This is an interesting game. I might have some interesting opportunities over there with my queen when my queen takes this pawn. Should I just take the knight maybe? No, I can do this. I can get rid of the knight that's attacked and then instantly take that. It's kind of like psychological to take them fast when you win a piece. It's kind of a psychological thing to instantly just do some combinations, and I got two pieces on this pawn, and I can bring the bishop here and then the queen up to here against this pawn. I'm going to develop a rook here to the center and see how this plays out. I got this move later. I was going to do that now, but I thought, well, develop this rook to the center first and then bring the bishop out. But when the rook goes back there, hmm, I don't know. I'm just going to do it because I don't really see what else to do, and I'm going to play the time here a little bit. Um, his queen looks pretty good out there, and Rosemary's queen, and I guess I can take that. Why can't I take that? I'm going to take the pawn. Don't see the danger to that. I think I should do this. Double the rooks on that row. Come down here. Now he can double the pawns. She can double the pawns there, but I'm thinking about doing this. I'm not really concerned about those pawns being doubled right there. I want to come over here and remove this pawn. And I can remove that pawn with my, or I could, hmm, Rosemary's really thinking here quite a bit. It's got the doubled pawns there. I don't see a big threat with those. And I don't really see what removing this pawn is going to do, like really big time for me, but it does attack the king more with the bishop because the queen can't go over into the corner. Oh, wow. Yeah, basically what um that's basically what he was doing. So now I got to get this bishop there somehow. I got to get that rook. Let me see. Maybe I can get both of these pawns. I could do a little typewriter thing here, they're called. Can just keep moving that rook back and forth. Um, Now he really can't do. I'm just going to go down there and think a little bit. Is there anything I can do now? Um, Going to bring that rook out because after the rook comes to here, I have that move now. Whew. I blocked the bishop by moving that rook out, but I did want to get the rook. I'm going to try to get this rook into a safe place. If I can, I don't know where it can go though. Oh, I can bring it down to here and then bring the bishop in there. Am I going to lose this on time? 1-0. No, I'm doing okay on time. No. The rook. The rook is there now. Okay. I screwed up. I'm getting under a little bit of pressure here, and that was just so bad. I moved the wrong piece. It was like a mouse slip. I had my king on the one thing, and then oh, and you can see my brainwaves how they got all jumbled up, and I lost the game because I don't know. I'm gonna resign. I had a great game going there, and then suddenly, some distractions. I'm gonna resign. Okay, yeah, hey man, that's cool. Sad Jack, hey Jack, you're here. Good to see ya. I guess it's early in the morning for you, right? Still really early. It's kind of late here. Is that a icon? What kind of icon is that? Yeah, I am. Yeah, 4 a.m. Wow. Yeah, really early. I thought I had like a great game going for you guys there. Um, oh yeah, I got another follower. Thanks a lot. Who in the heck followed me? I don't know, somebody. I heard the follower. But anyway, I had a distraction here. What was it? One of my camera people said they were going to quit. Like, just all of a sudden said, like, I'm out of here. I'm quitting. I don't like this place anymore. And I don't know. I can kind of like, then the door closed. But anyway, it's okay. I can find new camera people. So that's so cool that you're back, Jack. But I'm trying to figure out who followed me. I don't know. This minute. Renato Lapa. Renato de Lapa. Is that a Brazilian name, by the way? That is so great. I got like a lot of Brazilian viewers, and it sounds like Brazilian thing like da lapa. I mean, da is de plus a, right? Yeah, Brazilian. That is so great. You can chat to me in Portuguese. I can respond. I can speak Portuguese. Some of the things I did in my life brought me into Brazil, and so let's play another game, shall we? You know, oh, Rosemary. Your nickname is Rosemary. Well, Rosemary, I had a distraction, but let's do the analysis board. I think I have had like a one game there going. Like I'm not making excuses for myself, but and you when you look back and look at the brain waves, you can see I fell into like an emotional problem right there at the end, like right there, and then I just went boom, 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 boom. But you can see like I had this great going here with checkmate in four, checkmate in two, checkmate in blah 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 blah, and then oh well, yeah. Yeah, but actually, chess is like that, isn't it? It's kind of like the lottery. We play really good sometimes, and then in the end, it's all she wrote. Um, I'm gonna play another one. I'm gonna put myself up there in the graph. If you want to click again, Rosemary, I would love to play another one with you, or I'll just kind of like put myself up for grabs, right? And here we go. I'm gonna see what I can get here for. Oh, we got Madwood Chuck. That's a crazy name, like Madwood Chuck. Well, if I were mad, I would chuck, right? I would chuck chuck my cookies, as they say. If I were mad. So let's keep playing this. I've seen this opening quite a few times. I never know exactly what to do. I just kind of play it by instinct, you could say. And I've seen that pawn come up there before. I just normally take it. And I think I'm pretty sure the bishop is going to be safe here. I want a castle. I could castle the other side though too, couldn't I? I'm gonna castle maybe the on the king side though. I don't know why. I just feel kind of good castling king side in the king's gambit. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. A lot of material. He's sacrificing material for fast development. I'm supposed to do that. I want to play the gambit. Yeah, is this an Evans thing or similar? It could be. I know that Jack knows all the openings because I was playing him the other day. I'm gonna take with this pawn, you see, because I'm gonna castle kingside and I don't want to just lose that thing. Um, Actually, I've seen this game before, and I think it's. I think I remember this is kind of bad for me, but maybe I can pull this out by bringing a rook over here or attacking that already. Would like to attack that rook with my knight if I can, but I don't know how to do that. I think I'm going to bring this here so I can bring the, in any case, if the bishop gets into too much trouble, I'll just bring the bishop back into here. Oh, he brought it back. So that's even better. I'm just going to, I don't know what I don't want the clock to run down too much. I'm just going to do that. Sacrifice. It is a king's gambit, so sacrifice, sacrifice that. Can't do that. And okay, I got to bring the rook over. The rook will help protect this. And then I can bring my queen up. Okay, I'm going to protect this pawn over here because I just don't want to lose a pawn for no good reason. And I don't see anything that I have to do really fast. Right now I'm going to play play the clock just a little. Um, got my queen out there. Will I maybe possibly get an attack on this pawn together with my bishop? I don't know. He can trade the rooks right now if he wants. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that, Jack, and we'll do the post-mortem because it looks like what you're saying there is gonna be that's gonna be like an awesome thing to I don't know, I'm just gonna try to kind of like freak him out here by attacking his rook and but he'll put me in check. But then I retake there. Hmm. And if I take with the rook, the bishop comes here. I can't get a really an attack on there very easily. Ah, this is tough. Maybe the best thing, trickiest thing I can do is lift the rook and then take here, have an attack on there, and then maybe bring this over. I don't know. But this is looking, at least my king is on, just concentrating here for a second. I could take with my king too. It looks kind of like a dumb move though. I think it's better to keep my king on black. No, he can, my king is on black too. That's not my queen, so it's not going to be attacked by that bishop really fast. Um, let's see what happens here. I'm just going to put my bishop into position. I know he can block it very easily, but I gotta lift a rook if anything's gonna happen here. I mean, I just don't see any way to win this game otherwise. The bishop looks really strong there. It's like really blocking me out. Yeah, he can take this pawn. He can take that pawn. I'm gonna bring the bishop back to there because I need to protect this pawn and also that pawn's pinned. Um, he came down there and put me in check. Okay, so I just got basically that one move. Hmm. Now I can come down here with my queen, and that pawn is pinned. Whatever he does with his rook now, what's he going to do with his rook? Okay, I'm going to come down here. He protected his rook. Before I did that, I made sure that he couldn't attack me with his queen and checkmate, but the rook protects this, and the bishop protects this. He can just move his pawn up. And if he does that, I can bring this rook over here, though, and get some pretty good play, possibly. We'll see how this will work. I could also checkmate him. If he brings a pawn up, no, can checkmate him. No, if he brings his pawn up, my bishop gets blocked out. Okay, so I'm just going to keep playing the clock. Bring that over very quickly. He can't really put me in check right now. He can try some stuff. He can come over here, come up here with his pawn, but I'll come down here, put him over to there, and then I'll take with this bishop. No, but that exposes me to a really nasty check here. I don't know. I think I'm going to win on time against this player. I think I'm going to win on time. Um, yeah, resigned. Okay, that was wonderful. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'm already past my bedtime here, but that was so much fun. I really hate leaving with so many viewers and chatters and everything, but we'll do this another time. Tomorrow is the 11th day of Christmas, and we'll see y'all back for the 11th day of Christmas. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So, without any more ado, like I'm out of here. Have a good night and sleep tight. And thank you, Jack. Thank you. Oh, I wish I could have done the post-mortem, but I'm going to study these things that you told me, and then maybe we can start with that next tomorrow night because I want to see how exactly how that would play out. And plus, we'll have the brainwaves again tomorrow night, and that's another reason is you can see I'm flatlining a lot. My gel's getting old. I'm a little bit like Cinderella. After about an hour, my gel starts to dry out and my flatline more. So I got to get everything in the first hour. But thank you, and thanks for coming back. We'll see you around. Okay, bye bye.